We have seen previously that Islam has very specific rules and regulations for the family. So one of the questions, and similar is the case of other religions. So one of the questions that family policy has to decide is whether a family policy in a country will be based on the majority religion. For example, in Islam is a majority religion in Pakistan. Whether the family policy in Pakistan will be based on Islam. Similarly, if the majority religion is Christianity, as it is in Britain, whether the family policy in Britain will be based on Christianity, or, for example, in India on Hinduism. So that is another question of family policy that is to be decided. Initially, of course, religion was part of the family policy, whether it was implicit or explicit. There are many within religion. We have this distinction that, for example, the Abrahamic religion, which is Islam, Christianity, and Judaism, they have more defined rules about family policy, while Buddhism and Hinduism don't have such rules. So initially, the Western countries, even the advanced countries, the family policy was based on religion. Even they had official churches. England still has the Anglican Church as the official church, and Queen is the head of the church. And similar is the case in many other countries. But as the modernity came, religion became less and less important, and religious role in family policy decreased, as we have seen in case of United Kingdom, when in the 60s and 70s gradually women were given importance and the role of religion and patriarchy was decreased. But in the developing countries, religion is still important and forms the basis of family policy. Let's look at 2 or 3 countries and how religion has influenced their family policies over the years. So if we look at Iran, our neighboring country, initially Reza Shah, who was the monarch, the king from 1920s to 1940s, he was against the role of religion in the family policy. So he was the one who attacked the mosques. He tore away the hijabs of Iranian women. He asked all women to become more modern, become educated. Then under his son, Muhammad Reza Shah, who ruled from 1950s to 1979, he was more liberal. So he tried to decrease the role of Islam in family policy, but in a less militant way. So under him also again we see the decrease of role of Islam in family policy. Then under Islamic Revolution, of course, things came upside down and family policy was based on Islam. And now again after Imam Khomeini, we see that Islam's role is either decreasing or Islam is used instrumentally, as we have seen in the last module in the family policy, that Islam was used to do what the state wanted to do anyway. So this is how Islam's experience was in Iran's family policy. In case of Turkey, again we see under Ataturk starting from 1920s to 1940s, religion's role or Islam's role was rejected. So actually Ataturk copied the policies of Switzerland and European countries and tried to implement it in Turkey. So again we see that hijab was outlawed, religious garments were outlawed, madrasas were closed, there was religious marriage was outlawed, and all people were asked to go for the civil marriage in courts. But after Ataturk's death, gradually the role of religions has increased, but Turkey is still very secular. So we see role of religion increasing under Prime Minister and later on currently President Erdogan. But Turkey is still very secular as compared to Iran and Pakistan. In Pakistan, we see that in the 60s, there was this modernist outlook. Ayub Khan wanted to modernize Islam and to use Islam to modernize Pakistanis. So he came up with this Muslim Family Law Ordinance, which is a hybrid of modernity and Islam. Then we have this Islamization phase in the 1980s, and now there is the gradual relaxation of since 2000s in the 21st century. So each country is different, and the role of religion in family policy is constantly changing depending on the political and economic environment. Thank you.